separate them, and then with the saw, and then we'll just have 2 hams or whatever, however you do that. Now I'm going to make my cut with the saw right through here. Okay. Now I've got 2 hams that have bones. They're bone in. You've got the pelvis bone that's right here. And then you've got your femur, and you've got your shank down here. And I'm going to show you how to remove the bones out of this whole ham. One way I'm going to do one ham where we can make roast out of it. We'll break it down by each muscle group. And then the other ham will break down, like if you were in the field or coming in from another state, you'd have to completely and totally remove all bone within the deer. So, we'll show you a quick way to do that too. So I'm going to break this down into muscle groups. The ham's going to tell us where to cut. So we're going to follow this line right here, and we're going to open this up. Okay. That's the line we're going to go on right there, that white line. Just barely score it. And you can work your finger in there and just about work the whole thing apart. Now obviously if this was a bigger deer, it wouldn't be that easy, but it is going to be pretty simple for you to do. This is just a dry outer layer. Okay, so we got one roast here, right? And then we've got another roast here. And then we're going to come back here on this side like that. I'm going to cut right down here. Just following the lines. Okay, so there's a gland right there, and you want to remove that. Okay, so here we have what's called the silver side or the bottom round. You can see this silvery skin here. That's it's like a ligament tendon type thing, and that's going to make it really tough. So when we make a roast out of this, we're going to trim that off. This here is the eye of the round. It's just another small cut. You can leave them together or you can separate them. There's the eye, and that's the bottom round, or silver side. It's like a football roast, almost. But it's a knuckle, so we can take, you can see where it's attached to this bone here. We're just going to go straight in and work our knife right down. Come in here. So there's a knuckle. That's good for a crock pot. You can take it and butterfly it, stuff it, roll it up, however you want to do that. which is this one right here. So we're gonna have to come in here and cut it away from this hip bone. Just follow the bone, it'll tell you exactly where to cut. The bone is right there. I'm just gonna take my knife and follow it right around. Again, just okay, that's a top round. Again, good for, this is good for steaks. These are good for steaks. This is good for steaks. Or you can leave them whole, however you want to. That's a small one. This is a small deer, so that's why it looks so small. And then you can rob this little fillet right here out if you want. Alright, so like on this deer had an injury or something right here. If you'll look, it's almost like it was poked by another, like an antler. That's just an injury, and we're not going to use that because it's got some type of infection to it. So I'm going to cut that out. See where it comes all the way down into the hip. That's a little roast there too. Or steaks, or stew, anything like that. Okay, and I'm just going to trim this a little bit, see what else I can get just for the trim pile to make our burger out of, or sausage, whatever we choose to. You could just cut it right here and take it off the whole shank and use it cook it whole, and it's pretty good eating. Just slow cook it for a good while. That's pretty much it. In this deer, if I killed this deer out of state and I came back into North Carolina, I would have to remove all the bone out of this ham to legally enter North Carolina with the deer. So I'm going to show you how to do that. This would be something you would use in the field. It's very quick, it's pretty rugged, so there's not a lot of fancy knife work on this one. But I'm going to follow this hip bone around. There's going to be a joint, the socket's right there. And we're going to just cut all that out, cut this hip out first, and then go in here and run down and cut the meat off of the femur, and we'll get the meat off the shank, and then that'll be the end of that. So this is how I do it. Just follow the bone around. It'll tell you exactly where to cut. Right there's the socket. See it? See, this is where I like a flexible knife because I can get in there and dig that meat out. And we're going to come out right here and go right up on this. Backside of that. Okay, so that's part of the hip bone. So that's good. Now we're going to take the femur out. It runs right down through here to the knee and then goes down the shank. So just go right to the ball, and there's the femur bone right there. Okay, so bone. Just work your knife all the way around it. I'm always pulling, keeping tension and pressure on the meat, and that helps my knife work better too. Okay, so I've got my femur pretty much deboned there. Okay, and we can go right here to where this joint is. Right now. That's where your joint is, right there. Now that is a totally deboned ham. That's legal to bring back into North Carolina at this point. Now for your shank, cut your tendon, just run down the back side and do the front. And that's pretty good.